Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'll be doing a video on how to organize your studies and during this pandemic situation that we're in, and how to avoid getting caught up with all this negativity in the air since your exams are approaching really soon. So the first advice that I guys have to tell you is organize your sleeping schedule. Now I know a lot of people have been telling you, hey listen, you gotta sleep early and wake up early to study. That is not completely true. Now I know that you might find your parents telling you this all the time. I'm sorry parents, but this is not the case, especially now during the COVID-19 pandemic. What I'm trying to say is, if you are sleeping very late like myself, I'm recording this video at 8 in the morning, I haven't slept till now, that's fine. Waking up in the late afternoons, that's also fine, as long as you're doing your job. Yes, it is unhealthy, gotta agree with this one, but if it does the job, then fine. This applies especially if you're a law school student or a med school student or something like that. If you're in high school, still applies to you. Just be careful not to do this, not to stay up late and convert your entire routine into this and do this for years, since it's very unhealthy. But if it's only the period for a month or two before you're leaving certain exams, for instance, that's okay. Now, number 2, do not do crazy straight hours. What I mean by this is, a lot of people think that if I study for 10 hours straight, then I'll have a lot of time to have fun, watch Netflix, work out, do whatever. That is not really the correct way to do that. Now, a normal person's mindset and mentality, a brain, can focus on something for an average of 45 minutes. If you are very much used to studying, then I would say give it an hour and a half, but then your concentration starts to wear off. So what I'm trying to say is, try to have half-hour breaks or even 20-minute, 15-minute breaks every hour to hour and 15 minutes. This way you are more efficient in terms of consuming information, because that's what studying is all about. Avoid studying long hours without breaks, but do not also lie to yourself excuse me, do not lie to yourself about, let's say I'm taking a break for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna call my friend, and then I end up being carried over with time, figuring out it's been 2 hours since I'm talking to him or her. See, that's the wrong way. Take a 15-minute walk in your house, since you can't leave because of the pandemic, or if you want to go out, be very careful with that. Don't spend a long time taking a break. It's 15 minutes, go back to studying. This way you're refreshed and you start over. That's the best way to study. Number 3, which is basically one of the most important things that I do when it comes to studying or even working, because I'm a lawyer by profession. I also teach for a living. So what I do to maintain all this crazy work hours is I have a timetable fixed on my door, and what I do is I abide by that timetable. I literally have times where I have to eat, times where I have to sleep, times where I study this, times where I work on that, times when I work on these videos, edit them, and everything like that. So I have it all planned, and in this way it's much easier. It's like a to-do list. So I have a to-do list on my phone as well, on Viber and WhatsApp, and I write down stuff. Why is writing stuff easier? Because then your brain thinks less of the objectives, or let's say the things, the errands that you have to do and run by, and your phone takes over. So you need to start doing that, because psychologically your mind will be relieved from having to think about what you have to do next. If it's all written down, it's much easier. So have a timetable that you abide by and stick to it. Do not go around it. Do not delay your work to tomorrow or later or all that. It works miracles. I've tried it myself and I've been doing it for 10 years now. Works miracles. Number 4, choose one day during the week, let that be Saturday or Sunday for you, or Friday, but it depends on which country you're in, that you don't do anything productive. Yes, I just said that. Choose one day where you are completely chilling and forgetting about everything else. You need that for the sake of your sanity. So you need one day during the week that you don't do anything. Let that be only one day and not more than one day. So, for instance, for me, those days are Saturdays. On a Saturday, I do nothing. I don't work, I don't teach, I don't record these videos, I don't do anything. So that day is only for Netflix, chilling with my friends when the pandemic wasn't around. I don't know, going to the beach, whatever makes me happy. Do that. Now, start working out. That's number 5. Even if it's at home and you can't access your gym, I know that a lot of you now would love to go to the gym, but you can't because of the situation, the pandemic, the COVID-19. I understand that, but do not let that stop you from actually working out at home. Guys, there are tons of videos out there on YouTube, I do it myself, that help you work out at home without the use of any equipment. Now I know, that was a fly, now I know that there are so many, demotivators, if I may call them, that you just don't want to work out at home. You think that you're going to lose your gains, and some people never actually worked out and don't want to work out. I think now during this pandemic, that is the best thing you could do. And the reasons for that is it vitalizes your body and mind. That's number 1. Number 2, it puts you to sleep. So a good idea would be to do it the last thing before bed. Of course, you're gonna have to take a shower, or maybe the first thing in the morning. Personally, I don't like doing it before work because I work out with heavy weights. Or if I'm at home, I like to go to heavy sessions and push myself for an hour and a half. And that kind of affects me. It tires me, so I have to go to bed after that. So I like to do that for like the last 2-3 hours of my day. But it depends on you. It really makes you feel less stressed for terms of the ILCs. Now, number 6, and this is this thing right here, the phone. Now guys, a phone has ruined the lives of so many people, whether businessmen, whether high school students, whether any of that. I completely try to avoid looking at my phone when I'm working or doing something important like studying or whatever. Now try to put your phone, let's say, somewhere that you can reach. Let's say, I don't know, under your pillow and completely forget about it. Turn it off, of course, because so you don't want any sounds or vibration coming out of it. Why? Because it distracts you. If people keep on talking to you on your phone or messaging you or hear it pinging or whatever it is, you don't want to be distracted. So what do? Is you turn it off, put it on silent or mute completely and put it away. You need to put it away. Now, number 7. Some people like to study with others, with friends. First of all, in a lot of countries you cannot do that at the moment. But if you're allowed to, I completely go against that unless you and your friends are serious about this, because most of the times, 9 out of 10, I'm not even kidding, not exaggerating, 9 out of 10 times when you meet up with your friends, even for the sake of studying, you end up, let's say, doing something else. And even if you do study, you'll study 3 times less than when you study by yourself. Now, unless you're serious, and unless your friends are serious too, I recommend you not doing that. I recommend you doing it yourselves, or with a sibling, or maybe with one friend. But like having 5 friends around, it never works, guys. Let's not lie to ourselves. Do something you love before you go to bed. That's number 8. Now, whether it's reading a book, of which I do a lot, watching, I don't know, movies may be too long, but I would say maybe one episode of anime, or like one episode of some series on Netflix, or talking to someone you love before going to bed. Any of that works miracles, because you need to put that positivity in the situation. But I'm not talking about COVID. I'm talking about knowing that the exams are approaching in this pandemic. Guys, you need to get out there, but you need to do it properly. So you need to not stop living life to the fullest, even if it's at home, but also you need to study. I understand what you're going through. I get that. I haven't been there, but I'm in it right now as a teacher. So I know what you're going through. I can imagine how tough it is, and I feel for you guys. But this is the only way to do it. And trust me, I tell this to my own students in class as well. Now, number 9, so for some people think that it's overrated, but I would always think that it's very important to eat healthy. But there's one thing, don't forget the sweet stuff. Why? You need a lot of chocolate. Now, whether it's healthy chocolate or not, yes, there are healthy chocolate, like dark chocolate is healthy. Now, I personally don't really look at a diet at the moment, especially that I'm inside. I work out like crazy, so I get to eat whatever I want. This is also a tip that you can do. If you work out hard, then you can eat hard as well. So have some chocolate while you're studying or before you're studying. I mean, energy drinks and all that's kind of dangerous if you consume it too much. Chocolate isn't much if you think about it. 10. Study the subject that you least like and then do the one that you love. Why? It's always harder to study ones that you don't like than the ones that you like. So study something that you hate and then go on and study something that you love. This works miracles. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, see you next time. Thank you very much and see you soon.